Hello, lovely people. Welcome to our tarot reading for the week of the 30th of September. 30th of September. Can you believe it? Gosh, time is flying so quickly by. I hope you're all well. I hope you've all had a good week. And I hope you're looking forward to seeing what the cards have to tell us this week. Let's have a look and see, shall we? Okay, let's see. So we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Devil, and we have the Knight of Wands. Oh, okay, now there's an awesome combination. Right, so, well, we have one minor arcana card here, we have one major arcana card here, and we have a court card. So if we start at the beginning, which is a very good place to start, we're looking at the Ace of Swords. Now, the aces in tarot represent beginnings. So they're sort of like their ideas, their thoughts, their seeds. And when we look at the Ace of Swords, the sword here, that's the sword suit is very much about thoughts and what's going on inside your head. So the Ace of Swords represents mental clarity, and it represents focus, and it represents decision making. So it's kind of, I guess, in a way that you have this idea, you have this thought, and the seed of an idea even, and you have to make a decision how you want to go forward with it, or if you want to go forward with it. And so it's a very powerful moment of realization, really, where you become aware of the truth, if you like, so that you can make that clear decision. So this card represents, as you can see, a hand holding a sword, and the sword is pointing upwards, and this symbolizes the power of the mind and the intellect. And as I said before, the card is associated with new beginnings and new opportunities, as the sword kind of cuts right through the clutter and the confusion that we sometimes have in our mind when new things start to formulate. So the Ace of Swords is a little bit like a call to action. It's about using your intelligence and your willpower to overcome obstacles. It's also, you have this hand coming out of the clouds, so it's very much, in my view, it's a little bit like a heavenly hand, therefore a heavenly thought, and maybe a psychic thought. It's very much about working with what's inside of you, which really resonates with you. Now, the interesting having this card here, the Devil, because the Devil represents temptation and addiction and materialism. And so you can see with this card that it's depicting a scene of two people that are chained to the devil. You can just, if I bring that up here, you can just see that up here. And, this is suggesting that they have been willing to give up their freedom to pursue their desires. So they've chained themselves to the devil. And this card is a reminder to stay true to yourself and to resist the temptations that may lead you astray. So it's a warning that indulging in, say, material pleasures and desires, that they can have consequences, and that you must be cautious so as to not lose sight of your values and your beliefs. Now, you see, the devil represents the shadow side of your psyche, and this is the side that we usually don't want to recognize. It's kind of what lies underneath, and it can be our basic base instincts, if you like, And and these would be things like temptation and obsession and addiction. So very possibly representing the negative aspects of your desires and your wants, and that these can control you and hold you back. So when this card appears, it can indicate that you are possibly experiencing a situation where you are giving in to your darker impulses. And that could be an addiction, or it could be a toxic relationship. And the card is a warning. Now, it's a warning. It's not a sentence. It's a warning. That you always have the power to break free from your negative patterns, so that you can choose a better path. So it's a great card, really, in a sense, in that it is showing you up. It's holding this side of yourself up like a mirror to show you, what's holding you back, where you're going into, and letting you know that you do actually have the power to break free, because that these chains are self-inflicted. Now, if we move on to the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands represents passion and energy and creativity. And this knight is a real risk taker. So because it's a wand, it's not the Knight of Wands. And the wands are very, very impulsive, and they are risk takers, and they love adventure, and they love new opportunities, and they love going forward. And this is... you can see in this card the impulsive nature of this card. And, so the Knight of Wands, to me, always feels like the number 5 in numerology. So the number 5 in numerology is the intrepid traveler, the risk taker, the adapter, somebody that just can, the thing about 5 in numerology, I know I'm going off a little bit here, but is very much about freedom through discipline. And it's the freedom that the Knight of Wands is after. So if you ever find yourself in a relationship with the Knight of Wands, do not try and hold that person back. Because, or if you find yourself in a relationship with the number 5 in numerology, don't try and hold that person back, because they need to be able to go forward. They need adventure. This is very much, what their whole psyche is about. And so this Knight of Wands here is always searching for something new and something exciting. And this type of enthusiasm can really inspire everybody around you. So, it's a really vital card. This is a card of action. So like this one here is a card of action in terms of your thoughts and your mentality. This is a card of action, it's about adventure and passion, and it symbolizes energy and drive, and really importantly, it symbolizes determination. So this card can indicate that you're in a phase of taking bold action towards your goals, because you've already thought about it here, and you're, you've answered that call of action in your mind over here, and now it's telling you that you need to put this, put action, physical action towards your goals. That it's really important to harness this energy and to use it wisely. Now, this card can also indicate somebody, it can signify a person in your life who embodies these traits. So this may not be you, but it may be somebody who's very close to you and that embodies these traits. And or it could be that you're in a situation that requires you to be more dynamic and more assertive. So you have to look at where your life is at the moment and see which of these ways does this card, and this card apply to you. Now, if you look at the Ace of Swords in terms of having, been come up in the same reading as the Devil, this can suggest, say, a moment of clarity in a situation that has been clouded by temptation or addiction. And it suggests that you're about to make a clear decision based on a realization of the truth. And this is really, God, this is just amazing. This is an amazing place to find yourself, to have that realization of your truth, and and to that clarity that's been cultivated in a way that had been clouded by temptation or by an addiction of some sort. So when you have these cards together, it can represent the need to cut ties with somebody or something that is no longer serving you. Because, it suggests that you have become aware of the unhealthy nature of this situation and that you're ready to take decisive action to move forward. So, this could be that you're ready to give something up. It could be that you're ready to give somebody up in order to move forward. Whatever it is, the situation is no longer serving you, and that you're ready to move on from it. So, it can also, there's so many variations really, but it's looking at what resonates with you, with each one of you, with each individual. So the Devil and the Ace combination, it can represent that inner battle between the desire for material pleasures and the need for mental clarity. So it's a powerful reminder that sometimes we must resist our desires in order to stay true to ourselves and to make clear, rational decisions. So there's a lot of thought really here. This is very thought-provoking, these two cards in combination with each other. And I actually love the clarity that's coming through on this. That there is that underbelly is being exposed and being dealt with. That you're in a place of seeing the underbelly, of recognizing the underbelly, and making a very clear decision to cut through the bullshit and move forward. And then, you have the Knight of Wands. And when the Devil and the Knight of Wands come in, they can represent a situation where you're being controlled by your impulses and desires. And that maybe you're acting impulsively without considering the consequences of your actions. Because the Knights is, it's a kind of it's a little bit of an immature card as well. It's like this sort of teenage rebellion sort of way. The Knight is in that place between immaturity and mature. So he's learning to be mature, and but he's still acting impulsively without really considering the consequences of actions. And so what the Devil here is doing, it's highlighting that as well, that that maybe you're being controlled by your impulses and your desires, and that you may be acting impulsively. So it, again, as I say, this card is a warning of the dangers of getting caught up in your passions without proper consideration. But it can also represent a situation where you need to harness your innate fire and take action towards your goals with passion and determination. So it's a there's a lot to think about here. And the Knight of Wands, it reminds us to embrace courage, and it reminds us to embrace adventure, while the Devil is warning of that if we fall into the trap of addiction and temptation, then it's all going to go to poo. So this is the card to really, really take a good look at. It's a very, I see this as a really positive situation that's going on at the moment, very hopeful one. There is something new happening here. You have the passion here to go forward with it. You have the determination, you have the drive. But here in the middle, what's stopping you? What's holding you back? And that's really what this reading is doing. It's asking you to look at what's holding you back. It's asking you to, it's exposing those chains that you have put around yourself. And it's letting you know that you have the power to break those chains so that you can embody the energy of the Knight of Wands. So I really actually quite like this reading for the week. And on that note, I'm going to say that this is our reading for the week. And if it resonates with you, do leave me a comment below. You can also subscribe to this channel to be notified for the next reading. And if you would like to know more, you can book a private reading with me. I do love to hear from you. You can find my email address in the description of the video. So lovely people, I'm going to love you and leave you, and we'll talk again next week.